Did you know that when an asteroid enters the Earth's atmosphere and is vaporized, it becomes known as a meteor? Which, to the child at heart, is also referred to as a shooting star. But sometimes, rarely mind you, a small asteroid will survive the fiery passage through the Earth's atmosphere and land randomly on the Earth's surface. It is then that it's referred to as a meteorite. Now, this got me thinking. If a meteor is a shooting star that couldn't make it to Earth, then a meteorite must be a wish that was so strong that it was able to withstand all of reality in that fiery passage. And that gave me an awesome idea. Inspired by the Kindness Rocks project, which was a project that was held a few years ago. It was a really cute idea. You go out, you find yourself some smooth stones, some rocks from anywhere, literally, find them on the ground. That was the idea. You'd paint over them, and usually you'd mark a location, or it basically served almost as an indirect souvenir for someone to find randomly in the street or in a park. It was a cute surprise, and personally, I think that kind of stuff is pretty cool, giving kindness back into the world. But that's when I got a second idea. I wanted to do that, but I wanted to give it its own ring to it. I wanted to do all that, but I wanted to do it my own special way. And being a space junkie, it's pretty obvious what direction I'm going to be going in. So behold, I call this revamp of the Kindness Rocks project Meteorites. Get it? Because meteorite? MeteAlright? Yeah, well, whatever. Charlatans. Now, like stated in my intro, meteorites fall from space. And for a lot of people, when you see something falling from space, your first thought is, hey, look, a shooting star. And I wanted to translate that into a more tangible, ooh, I just realized that's squeaking. Sorry about that. Anyhow, I wanted to go ahead and make it more tangible for people, especially given the times that we're living in. I want people to treat these rocks almost as wishes, special things, special wishes that almost when they come upon these stones randomly in the wild, they've encountered a wish, and it's a wish that someone's made for them, something positive. Any positivity in the world is so much more needed. Plus, this is a cool project for you to do with your friends, your kids, or if you're like me, and a loner, by yourself in your room. Whatever this place is. Now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, Alpha, how do I go ahead and make myself one of these fancy meteorites so I can surprise a random stranger in the street? First off, how'd you know my name? Right, YouTube channel. Got it. Well, I'm happy to report that not only can you do this on the cheap, you can do it all in one run. And I did it all by going to the Dollar Tree. So this is what you're gonna need. Some decorative rocks. I recommend river rocks. You can get them at the Dollar Tree for literally $1. Sometimes you get lucky and you get more. I was able to acquire 2, so that worked out. Some paint and brushes, which I got really lucky. I was able to find this little baby at the same Dollar Tree. $1. Will it live up to its name? Well, geez, I hope so. Some paint brushes, and if you happen to have it, some stickers. I got really lucky, and my Starbucks store was getting rid of one of the rolls, and I happened to save it. These are heart stickers, but you can pretty much use any sticker you like, as long as it has a nice solid surface that you could write and leave a message on. And if you want to get really fancy, some nail polish or some kind of sealant. I don't personally have that, or rather I don't want to use it because I'm currently trapped inside my house. So spraying hairspray or what have you in this contained location is probably not a good idea. And because we don't want to be messy boys and girls. Ah, a nice napkin. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Now, this is the first time I'm presenting this, so if I happen to miss a step, or if you think I could be doing this better, by all means, leave a comment down below. Also, read my description, subscribe, and all that other good stuff, because I'll be doing a lot more DUIs. DUIs? Ooh, no. DIYs, don't do DUIs, it's not a good thing. First, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your pebbles, and you're going to want to, honestly, you're going to want to just look for the best ones you have. This is, again, I got it at the dollar store, so what I have is what I get. I got these a long time ago. I still recommend cleaning them off if you think that they get dusty, just because the painting part will get affected. But, I mean, as you can see, these rocks are pretty nice. Literally a buck. Literally. Alright. I've chosen my beautiful rocks. I like these because they kind of have a flat surface to work with. It's nice, it's pretty. And sure, maybe these wouldn't have fallen from space yet, but oh, this one actually. Oh boy. Alright, once you have a rock in mind that you want to paint, go ahead and do the obvious. Grab your paint set. This one looks like it comes with some paint, brushes, like 3 very basic colors, and it also looks like maybe stickers. I don't know if we'll be using any of those. I mainly bought this because I wanted to be able to play with the paint and see if this is even a viable option. Well, that's a surprise. Apparently it comes with 1 rock already. Hey, Alpha, what you get for Christmas? Oh, you know, the usual. What? Toy train? A game system? Nah. A rock. Oh man, look at that. That is the worst. That is just the worst. The bristles are not even like together. Alright, well that's fine. As far as the paint, this is the small. It looks huge on here, but okay, look, comparison. Okay. It's a medium-sized rock. Why does it look bigger on the camera? Doesn't matter. Can I even draw with this? Alright, well, first off, we want to make it look like a meteorite, but this isn't gonna work. Alright, time to upgrade. Luckily for me, I'm a crafty boy, so I always have a backup. I know, isn't that great? Alright, I'm gonna paint this bad boy using an actual brush, and in the meantime, enjoy the visuals. Or paint along if you have it. Remember, Bob Ross said, there's no wrong way to paint a happy little tree. Okay, maybe he didn't say that, but he should have. See you guys after the transition. Alright, with this one, I went ahead and just decided to give it a nice base of black. I forgot that you have to paint both sides of the rock. So that'll be a drying situation. As far as these other rocks though, I'm thinking I'm gonna kind of play with both things, because meteorites could be any color you want. The only limit is your imagination. So with this one, I think I'm going to do a kind of a red with yellow highlights. That way it gives it kind of like a shooting explosion kind of thing. I think the colors I want to focus on mostly, and again, you guys can do whatever you want, but what I'm gonna focus on is yellow, red, and black. The colors of fire, color of space, well, space being color of fire. You guys, you get the idea. You guys like the sound of paint? It's like just painting. There's something nice and relaxing about the sound of a paintbrush. Little ASMR for you. We're all just trying to chill. Yeah. It's not perfect, but for the time being, it'll have to do. It'll have to do. Now, because I'm fancy and I like to have a good presentation, I decided, while I was at the dollar store and it was around Easter time, to pick up one of those, I'm not really sure what to call this, but they sell them at the dollar store. It's essentially just a little platform you would put like a ceramic house, for example, if you were into that kind of thing. For us, though, it's going to be where our meteorites landed. I think that's pretty cool. And again, you get it for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Feels like I'm plugging the Dollar Tree, and by all means, if they want to pay me for this, Lord knows I need it. Now, what I essentially want to do is I want to turn this into a place for people to find the rocks and pick it up. Whether it's be at a storefront or in my home, whatever it is, they see it, pick up a rock, write down a wish, and then leave it elsewhere. But this is too clean. Yeah, doesn't look like anything landed there yet. Now, when meteorites crash to Earth, they leave craters. Just randomly choose a location. You know what's great is that it has like this weird grassy texture to it. I'm assuming it's some kind of fabric. Alright. So what I recommend doing is drawing X's where you think you'd want to put one of your meteorites. Not huge, obviously. It doesn't even have to be an X. You could draw triangles, circles. Do a circle. Yeah. Fishes love circles. I wanted to say the other word, but I couldn't. Now we pull out the big guns. Alright, so I'm using a thicker kind of thing. Thicker pen? Thicker brush? The thick boy? Now, craters, the beautiful thing about craters is that they don't have to be perfect. They just need to look like a point of impact. So what I recommend, and I'm not an artist in that sense, so if you're cringing at this, please kindly leave a comment so that I know what I did wrong. But in general, craters are just circles. They're just... Oh, right, that's already looking good. Oh, my poor brush. Maybe just lightly tap it instead. Then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go red around some of the locations. Because fire and junk. That's how it works, right? You don't want to go too much with the red. You don't want to seem like a blood gory scene. It's just enough so that it looks like there was charred earth. You know, like in the movies. You don't want a ton of yellow. Just enough to kind of give it that weird, kind of gross, like, burnt. I don't know if that translates very well, but like look at this top one up here. It's like this corner right there. Put a little yellow, it kind of gives it that weird burnt look. That's pretty awesome so far. Alright, I decided to go ahead and mess like the front, this front bit up a little bit. Almost as if a meteorite kind of crashed on the side. Yeah. That works. And the beautiful thing about this is that your rocks should be done by the time we're done painting with this. So, transition. Actually, what kind of transition? I'm leaning toward a star wipe, but a heart wipe would be pretty cool too. You know what? I'm going to go with a smooth transition, but I'm going to leave a poll for you guys to vote on in the corner. I don't know which one. Just assume it's one of these two. Now the part you've all been waiting for. We're going to go ahead and decorate our rocks to be placed on our pedestal and to be distributed to people who actually need it. You know, a chance to be the best humanity has to offer. Which, now it's pretty important. Let's get to it. Alright, so with some of these rocks, you can see I went pretty basic. Got some red and black rock. Kind of an Akatsuki vibe coming from that one. Or Akatsuki, if you're into that kind of big boy that came with the rock. I ended up just kind of blending a couple different colors to give it that weird kind of maroon. I blended essentially red, black, and yellow. I added a little bit of blue, but it's not anything you're going to notice too bad. And of course my little boy. I went for a cartoon, it was shaped almost like a cartoon meteorite, so I figured, hey, why not? That one is still a little wet. But yeah. Now, again, the reason I asked you guys to get stickers, which you don't need stickers, is just an extra thing that'll make it look cool. So, if you don't have that, don't feel like, you know, you failed or whatever. You could always just paint like a solid heart on the rock and then just write in Sharpie later. You know, whatever. So, grab a rock. And you can pretty much like paste it in the way that you think will make sense. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. I found that stickers, normal stickers, don't stick onto the rocks as faithfully as you'd want them. You could use super glue if you want, or a glue stick. That works too, and you have the time, but I'm making a video. Look at that. It's funny because the rock already kind of looked like a heart. Kind of a smooth transition there. Sometimes in life, we're presented with choices or situations that we can't control. In moments like that, we want to scream. We want to be angry.
But we have to remember that we're all in this together. And while things may be unpredicted sometimes, there's always a chance to find hope. And I think that's pretty important to take away. What do you think?
Ooh, cliffhanger. As you can see, I am far from done and finished with this project. I mean, who sets a table without a centerfold? Wait, centerpiece, not centerfold. Though that would make things interesting. But we'll continue that in tomorrow's video. As for now, thank you all for watching my video. If you guys create your own meteorites, please let me know. That way I can go ahead and be like, yo, you did a good job. Thank you. But I gotta go and get started on the second project. So remember to wash your hands, keep moving forward, and be the best that humanity needs you to be. Because right now it's important to be a good person. Nothing feels better than knowing that you have tried, have learned, and even if you made mistakes, you get better. But above all, remember, whether you've heard this a million times or this is the first time you're hearing it coming through the Earth's atmosphere, you're all absolutely breathtaking.